Hi, I'm Bethany Blissett, Miss Teen Galaxy UK 2020, and this is my truth about beauty queens.
Welcome to Pageant Land, the UK's premier podcast for all things pageantry, with your host Jessica Barkley. Here you'll find guest experts, past, present and future queens, plus my own personal insights into what it's like to follow your pageantry dreams. So whether you're hitting the stage for the first time, looking to up your game, or even after some inspiration to follow your own dreams, I hope you will find something here for you. I'll ask the questions you're too embarrassed to and get real about the highs and lows of pageantry. If you enjoy this episode, please give us a share on social and pop me a review on iTunes. Now strap on those heels and let's get into it because we have a lot to cover.
Hello, and welcome back to another episode. I'm really liking the video thing. I don't normally do podcasts with videos, those of you that have been following the podcast for a while, and I thought it'd be a special treat, particularly as I'm recording these all on one day, and so I actually was willing to wash and things. But it's really nice to actually see the person you're talking to, so I think I might have to do video that I may, even if I don't use the video, I have to do the video a bit more often because it's nice to see your face.
Yeah, it's nice to see yours too.
The moment where we see people so rarely.
Yeah.
I have actually found though, people just walking past the outside of my house, if I'm stood in my kitchen window, they'll just wave just because it's nice to have had some human interaction.
Yeah, I've had that too. People just that you don't know wave into you and you're like, oh, hi.
I smile at people
Down.
when I'm out running, or if I was out on public transport or anything like that, just out walking the street, I smile at people all the time anyway, because you never know what bad day they've had or something, and a smile could cheer them up. But now everyone's doing it because it's the connection we're getting. But complete winner. But let's get into our questions. So question number one, how long have you been competing in pageants?
So I started competing in 2017 and my first pageant was Galaxy. So I obviously went back to Galaxy and won it. But yeah, my first pageant was Galaxy and I placed third runner-up my first pageant, which I thought was really, nice. And yeah, my first one, and then I've just loved it ever since, really.
I was such a disaster my first one. People don't even remember that I was there, which I think probably for the best considering my outfits and my tan and just everything. I'm quite happy to be forgotten. Question number two, what's your favourite part of competing?
I think my favourite part is just meeting people. So I made so many new friends when I was competing on the day, and I went in there before, whenever I've competed, I've met people before properly and made really good friends, but this time I hadn't really made a proper friend beforehand, so going into it I was quite scared, but on the day it was great because I made so many new friends, and quite a few are going back next year to Galaxy, so I'll get to see them all again.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah.
It's harder, I guess. I've moved a lot as an older person. I'm not going to call myself old in pageants. But as an older person, if you move a lot and you haven't necessarily got going to a new school where you're going to meet people, I'd sort of given up on making any friends, and then I discovered pageantry and it's instant friendship group. It's brilliant.
Yes, it's great for friendships. I love it.
Number three, how would you describe your onstage style?
I don't know actually. I just think I don't know, I'm very me. I don't really have a particular way of, I don't know. Just fun, I guess. I'm always smiling on stage. I've trained before, but when I get on stage I feel like I'm a bit different. My little inner diva comes out and I just really get into it. Do you know what I mean?
That's definitely something I need to start channeling. I've just had the link back from Galaxy for the videos, so I'm really looking forward to
Oh, really?
because when you're competing, you don't get to see all the other people you're competing with.
No.
Even the other nights though, when I was watching, I was like so busy like clapping and cheering and making sure the toddler didn't run away. It's going to be nice to watch back and be like, yes, I remember like the moment that outfit came out, and oh yeah, I remember that now, and like actually really sort of watch people a bit more. It was really funny. I didn't track it intentionally, but the Saturday night, I burnt 900 calories cheering, according to my fitness.
Oh my gosh. That's quite good, actually.
That's more impressive than most of my workouts. So I'll take it.
Amazing.
Question 4, how would you describe your offstage personal style? How you like dress day to day?
I'm quite glamorous still, like outside of pageants. I usually like dress in tweed outfits, like a lot of blazers, and I'm always wearing heels, like just get more practice for on stage. So like even when I'm going shopping 2 or 3 hours, I'll be in heels.
It's definitely how I glam up most of my like mum outfits, is I whack heels on, and people are like, how are you doing that with a toddler? I'm like, I'm in pageant prep.
Exactly, it's every day you're practicing, it's fine.
I had to like getting used to being in heels a lot more, because the gap between last time I competed and this time I competed, and that sort of pregnancy mum life, definitely had reduced my heel time. And I had to get like back into. I even bought my winter boots. I made sure I bought a slightly bigger heel than I would normally have.
Amazing.
Dedication, isn't it? Question number 5. What's your morning routine like?
Oh, okay. So it's changed a bit since being in quarantine, actually. It's more sleep in the morning. But usually for school, I wake up, brush my teeth, breakfast, and just get ready for school. I'm always the first person at school, always. Like even before the teachers. Yeah, so I do my work in the morning. So like in my breaks, I can type up appearances if I need to and things like that.
Oh, man. Yeah. So number 6, how do you like to stay healthy?
Well, at the minute, I've been doing yoga on FaceTime with Ellie, who's Miss Junior Team Great Britain, and Edison, who's IGN Teen. And yeah, we've just been doing a bit of yoga to, keep our minds healthy. And I think we're going to do an ab workout today, which I'm like, can we just stick to yoga, please?
If you run out of ideas, the yoga on YouTube that I love is a lady called, I think it's like Boho Beautiful, 2 different words, so BOHO and beautiful. But also she videos in like Thailand and with these beautiful beaches, like waterfalls in the background, and she's just got this lovely voice. It just makes you want to hug her.
Yeah.
Some of them are only like 15 minutes long, so it's not too intense, but she does some really, so if you like,
I'll keep that in mind.
Definitely recommend her. Yeah, she's
okay.
my like go-to yoga person.
Amazing.
Go-to. Is that a phrase? What's been the biggest lesson that you've learned from pageantry?
Sorry, my earphone's falling out. I think probably it's taught me not to give up, because like there's been so many points where I'm just like, I can't do it again. Like I put so much work in last time. You really think like this is the last time I'm doing it. I put so much work in, but just do it again and keep working for it. If you really want something, then you can do it.
I think the good thing is some of the work does also carry over, all the self-development. That's it's really important to have some time on self-development and prep, because that carries forward. If you've got body goals that you're like working towards, then that won't completely disappear. I mean, I gave it a good effort how much I ate after Galaxy, but it won't you won't lose all that fitness in the couple of weeks of having a rest afterwards and stuff like that. So it's trying to remember the good work that you like carry over to the next one, instead of it seeing it as a completely separate entity.
And also, like, some of the work and some of the appearances that I've done will go on like my personal statement and things like that. Like, it all gets, you know, it doesn't all go to waste. I don't know how you'd say, but you know what I mean. Yeah.
And it can feel like it's going to waste, but it doesn't all go to waste. I suppose that really plays into making sure you're doing appearances that you really value, where you really feel like you've not just done it to tick off another appearance. It can be quite hard, particularly if like one of your goals is a certain number of appearances. There are going to be ones that creep in there that maybe aren't as higher value as others. Certainly, like, some of my appearances were an entire day's worth of like extra childcare, and there was prep before the day, and then giving up an entire day to do something. I couldn't do that 39 times over, which was my total number last time. Like, it's just not realistic. But if you've got enough in there that have really meant something to you or meant something to the community or charity or stuff, then yeah, it's like you say, goes onto your personal statement and becomes part of you. Like, I've completely lost where I've got to on my list. What's the biggest goal you would like to achieve in your lifetime?
I think I'd just like, okay, this is a bit of a weird one, but I'd like to be able to buy my mum and dad a house. I think that's like a big goal. And maybe my dad like a car, a Porsche, because he always goes on about how he wants one. So I'd get him a Porsche. I like to have enough money, get a really good job, and be able to do that. Yeah.
Oh, amazing. Oh, that's I love that one. Yeah, I don't like my dad enough to buy him a Porsche, and I think he wouldn't appreciate it. What 3 words would your friends and family use to describe you?
Bubbly, fun, but annoying. Because I'm literally always getting on my sister's nerves, literally all the time.
What's sisters for? It doesn't
exactly.
I mean, we 30? How old am I now? But we're 33 and 37, me and my sister, and I'm still pretty sure I get on her nerves at least some of the time. Part and parcel of the sister title.
Exactly.
What's your favourite post-pageant treat meal?
A Chinese. Definitely I love a Chinese. I've been seeing a few posts on Facebook saying Indian over Chinese, but no. Chinese. So much better.
I like Indian, but no Chinese. Although we had an Indian at the weekend since I've gone vegan, and I was able to pretty much eat everything I would normally have, but a meat-free curry, but all the side bits and stuff happen to be vegan. So I'll be really interested to see how much of like the things I can eat from the Chinese.
Yeah, we'll see.
Egg fried rice is gone, but yeah, but yeah, I'm all about the Chinese normally. Oh god,
yeah.
If you could be remembered for just one thing as a title holder, what would it be?
Oh, that's a really hard question, actually. I don't know how much money I've raised. Maybe like I'm big on raising money for the Christie because I started with Galaxy, so I've just like learned more and more about the Christie, and it's like become closer to me. So I'd like to be remembered for raising so much money for them.
Awesome, I like that. This is the controversial one.
Oh no.
If you could change one thing about the pageant industry in the UK, what would it be?
Okay, actually this is kind of easy, like probably just less arguments, because you know it's kind of avoidable. Everyone falls out, but just to be a little bit less, you know, arguments, a little bit more fun altogether. You know, we are a really like you know, close community, and we do all get along usually, but there's occasionally a few arguments.
Yeah.
And I feel like if that was taken out, it was good.
I think and you can reduce the arguments just by simply accepting that not everyone will get along.
Exactly. Everybody has different opinions. Yeah.
It would be such a boring place if we all thought the same thing about everything.
Exactly.
Nothing would change or improve or just evolve if we all just thought the same and didn't move forward.
Exactly.
Hey, if we all thought the same, we'd all be agreeing with Trump's really clever idea about injecting disinfectant.
I've not heard about that actually, but that's kind of crazy.
He's not a doctor, but he's got some brilliant doctor-related ideas on how to cure coronavirus. It's very funny. Or if I'm watching the news or a comedy show when he's on. Never mind. Makes me very grateful to be living not in America right now. Question 13. How would you like to make the world a better place?
Well, right now, take away coronavirus.
Mm-hmm.
That would be great. Find a vaccine for coronavirus right now. But I feel like social media needs to be a little bit more, I don't know, it just needs to be changed maybe. Some of the apps are putting body images and things like that onto teenagers especially, and I don't think it's very good for us. We're already stressed out, we have school. It's not good for mental health. I think social media needs to find a way to change. Although it has so much good, it also has so much bad.
I think there's a lot of power within us, particularly as pageant contestants who are a lot more out there on social media as well, to use it in a way that helps to inspire others to use it in a similar way and being more truthful and honest about. And obviously I did the hashtag campaign last year at the Real Face of Pageantry, and trying to get people to be a bit more honest about what it's like outside of the beautiful headshot and things as well. And actually my very first Galaxy appearance was speaking at a school all day to year 10s, scariest age group to talk to ever, and about the power of social media.
Yeah,
we can use it. So I'd love to see some changes within social media, but I think it's going to end up being on our heads as the users to make those changes and show that we want something different. But fingers crossed, because a lot of people are being really more real because of the lockdown.
I have felt like a lot of people have kind of changed their ways on social media, even in my friendship group, because as teenagers it's kind of a little bit different to how adults use it. But they've also changed. If someone's out with their friends or people are meeting up, people will say to them, get back inside, or they're using it positively, and I think it's good. Well, hopefully it changes for the better. I don't.
Yes, I think we're gonna really try and cling on to some of the positive changes that have happened during this time, and hopefully they'll last after. But I guess only time will tell. What are you most looking forward to about internationals?
I'm excited to go on an aeroplane. I have been on an aeroplane before, but obviously we've been kept in lockdown, and I've not been abroad for a while, so I'm really excited to go on a plane to internationals. And I think just being back on stage, because I love being on stage so much, and I've dreamt of being on this international stage for so long. I just want to be there. I've not really got a most excited favorite bit, but yeah, I'm all of it.
Stage playlist. And final question, how can we find you on social media?
Okay, so on Instagram, my Instagram handle is at Bethany Blissett, or for my pageant one, it's at Miss Teen Galaxy UK, and then just Bethany Blissett on Facebook.
Amazing. And all of you watching, I'll be sharing those links in the show notes. Sharing the show notes if you're listening to this as a podcast, or if you're finding this on YouTube, then you can check the video description, and all the links will be there too, as well as all the links for the Pageant Land podcast and the Pageant Land online, and all those fun, exciting bits. Thank you so much for joining me. As I said,
Thank you for having me.
And yeah, I'll let you get off and enjoy. Hopefully you've got the same sort of sunshine that I've got outside.
Yes, I'm going on a bike ride. But once I get out of the glam, I'm going on a bike ride.
Thank you for joining me today. I value and appreciate your time so much. It's wonderful you've given some of it to this episode. Please rock on over to our Facebook or Instagram and share your thoughts, and I would love you to give this episode a share while you're there. For any specific links, check the show notes or rock on over to our website, pageantlandpodcast.com, for more information about the podcast or how you can be a guest on a future episode. Have an amazing day, and remember, you sparkle your brightest when you're being yourself. See you soon.